going on? This is Stephen C. Raffel, the Omad man. Thank you, coming down from the planet of Omadia to help you Earthlings to eat right. I used to be an Earthling, but now I don't even eat like that anymore. I like to say that this is a channel of a community of people that, check one. This is a community of people who eat one meal a day, and we, just like Facebook, we go back and forth and we talk to each other and all that kind of stuff. And and this is, we're reaffirming every day our commitment to one meal a day. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to try that OMAD thing, you know. You gotta, I always say, watch the video every day and then correspond with people and say, you know, and if, you know, you've been watching the show and you never make a comment, you know, you could just write help and you'll get a whole bunch of people like Sherry. She reached out today or yesterday and she said, you know, OMAD man, why don't you ever get hungry? And I just said, you know, I kind of eat just bland food now. It has been like 230 days. There I was there with a huge face. I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. And I'd like to talk to you right away about, I would like to do a little bit of a nonsense here real quick. There's no business like OMAD business. There's no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything about it traffic will. Where else could you lose that weight when you are stealing that extra bow? Now the best thing about OMAD is you have full control because you eat one time a day. I want to talk to you about cigarettes. Yeah, Camels. Listen, I just watched a commercial because every day I try to find something new, something motivating, something inspirational, something enthusiastic, that burning desire you have to have. Now I'd like to talk about cigarettes. You know, back in the 30s or 40s and whenever TV came around, I saw this commercial of a doctor going, you know, whenever we relax, we liked Camel. You know, there is a doctor endorsing cigarette smoke. We all know now it's not good for you. Okay, so basically the little lesson there is the fact that, you know, the big tobacco industries were paying doctors off to get in their commercials, unless these doctors really didn't know. Maybe they didn't know. But that tells us about the big food, the SAD, standard American diet, the SAD diet, all that kind of processed food, you know, that they process, sugar it, or they put it salt and then they put it in a package and it stays on your shelf for weeks and months. And that's not real food. Okay, I would like to talk to you about enthusiasm. People say, you know, how do you get so enthusiastic about it? And, you know, just like Anthony Robbins, I mean, that's his job. And he even said, you know, if I stop being Anthony Robbins and doing all these seminars and all that kind of stuff, he has to pump himself up. And every single day, being the OMAD man, you know, I first started off with a few subscribers and I got more and more, and and then slowly people started saying, how'd you lose your weight? You know, how'd you go from having a kangaroo pouch like that to being completely straight? You know, and how'd you get out of bed, stop eating all that cheese and food and all that kind of stuff? But the word enthusiasm comes from entheos, means in spirit. It means, you know, if you won the lottery right now, you'd probably be pretty excited, but you don't really give yourself permission to be excited. Okay, we're going to, so I would like to go straight on to a little bit of nonsense here and say, she's big, she eats just like a pig, she's gonna die, her family doesn't know why, you know, because, you know, look at the grocery carts of the people that are eating in the grocery cart. You know, if you see a whole bunch of processed food and Coke and this and chips and stuff, look at the person. They might have bearation. Bearation is a condition when the man or woman, they're size of a bear. And they need a lot of calories to continue that. And let's see, so I would like to also do my little theme song here, OMAD. So for the new subscribers, OMAD is the life for me. OMAD is the life for me. I'm gonna go for a G arpeggio. OMAD, OMAD. You know, I gotta try to make this channel exciting because I'm gonna do this every single day for the rest of my life. Alrighty, check one. Okay, so we did a little bit of that. And I'd like to talk to you about, you know, if I stopped being the OMAD man, you know, here I was with a lot of weight, and then I lost all the weight, and then I turned into this. But if I stop being the old man and I stop doing the show, and it seems like everybody always reverts back to childhood, or like an older person, they're an astronaut or a physicist or this, but then when they get into an old folks home, they're doing finger painting and they're doing this and that, and and they kind of revert to that. But if you stop thinking about this on a daily basis, you're going to go back to your old habits. And, you really don't want that to happen. So you got to get a burning desire every single day. And for the newbies out there, I'd like to talk to you about the basics of Omad. So basically, don't you just love this cup? Basically, it's you take one plate, the one plate rule, and unless you're eating to cover up your feelings, that will never work. But I take one plate at a certain time, 5 o'clock, and I say this every single day. You take one plate, and then that's all you're going to get. I would eat really, really slow, and tell yourself, the best tip I could give any of you, you're still going to be hungry after that for about the first 150 days. But when you get to day 200, you will be in the Emerald City. We're going to go on that Emerald City there. And I read something from the Andrew Carnegie Think and Grow Rich. He said, now this is kind of hard, as no great accomplishment that's furthered mankind has ever been done by one person. It's all done by teamwork. And I'm going to go back to teamwork here after I play a song. And the band is getting really, really... If you're going to a party, it might be a New Year's Day party. If you're going to a party, it might be a birthday party. Just focus on conversation. You don't have to eat. Although there are lots of treats. If you're going to a party, it might be who knows what kind of party, but there's always going to be a party. It's true. There's always going to be cookies. There's always going to be cookies. There's going to be some cheese. And I was the cheese monster at one point in my life. Oh, my gosh. I would hide in like a party, and I would just keep eating it. And believe me, there's certain parties that I've played at where I get paid a lot of money to play the piano because I am a pianist. And some of these places have cheese I used to play in Beverly Hills once in a while. I've never even tasted food like that. It's like Turkish delight. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'd like to talk about teamwork. The great thing, I want to talk about the Sherry. She said, earlier, she said, how come you never get, hungry? Well, first off, I'm on day 230-ish. I'm in the Emerald City. The Emerald City is basically... It's a little emotional, this part, so I'll put on my glasses. There are no flying monkeys anymore. There are no trees that throw apples at you. There's no Wicked Witch of the West. They open the doors. There's no more. There's no more real challenges like that. Dorothy brought all her friends into this place. Come out, wherever you're, whatever. They went into that thing and they fixed them all up. And I know there was some bad stuff after that, whatever. But I'm just talking about that part. After day 200, it is unbelievable. There's all these other Omad guys, and they talk about, and they go, I still like to live. I like to go out and have chips. I like to go out and have pizza and stuff. That's fine, but does your car drive you, or do you drive your car? Think about it as you want to be completely in control. So what I'm going to say about the Sherry thing is, 8 or 9 people gave the opinions. It's one thing to get the Omad man thing. What is that one song? I lost 60 pounds. I lost 60 pounds in 6 months to save me. I don't eat every moment like I did when I was a baby. I will go with my... David Bowie voice. I lost 60 pounds in 6 months to save me. I don't eat every moment like I did when I was a baby. Let's dance. Put on your edges. Thank you. A little bit of nonsense there. Okay, I'd also like to talk about cheat days, okay? If you have one, I've said this over and over and over, but this is a daily show. I will be here for the rest of my life, and I would just like to say I might be going into... what is it? From 40 to 50 reasons. This is 11. This is my cup from 11 to 20. But again, if you do, okay, I personally don't understand cheat days. Maybe a cheat meal. I still don't do that. But if you did, you had one meal, forget all about it, and go back onto Omad for the next day. But if somebody invited me out at 3 o'clock and they said, hey, you know what? We're going to get some fried chicken. We're going to get some nachos. We're going to go to a buffet and we're going to eat everything. I'd say, hey, I'd go there and I'd get some tea or some coffee, because food isn't on my radar anymore. It sounds arrogant. I even think it, but it's absolutely true. Invite me over. Give me a pickle. Give me a banana. Give me a piece of bread. That would be fine. I really don't care. And that's what would be great if you could get there too. Okay, let's see. So I would like to now go on to, I always like to do a little bit of music here. I would like to say, I was a fat, fat man. I was a fat, fat man. I was chomping and chomping and chomping. He's a big, big boy. He's a big, big boy. He weighs 375. Get out of his way. He's a big, big boy. He's a big, big boy. And he uses the bathroom all day. He's a big, big boy. Get out of his way. He's a big, 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 big. I was at Starbucks for about an hour and a half there, talking to, I'll answer everybody's back as long as I can. And he came out of the bathroom like 5 times. And I know he's doing more than just going wee wee, and 375 pounds. The guy's like 23 years old. He does have his own theme song. So that is pretty kind of cool. Okay, let's see. Now, I'd like to talk about we're about 12 minutes into it. I'd like to talk about some of the benefits here real quick. Okay, I know I like to fool around because you know what? If it's not entertaining, you're not going to watch it every day. And, if you don't watch it every day, you're not going to think about it every day. And if you don't think about it every day, you're not going to do it every day. For the first probably 4 to 6 months, I did Omad 2 months before I made my first video. And then I just was like, hey, what's going on? My name is Steven Rappel, and I don't know if anybody's going to watch this. And I would go back. If you're a new person and you have a lot of enthusiasm, like I said, you have a burning desire, I would go back to my earlier videos because, I go over every single little tip of it. But let me tell you about some. Every day I've got 101 things memorized. Somebody just gave me a new one. And about 101 would be your knees will feel better after you get up because you'll lose all that weight. But see, one of them is your stomach has a memory. It has a brain, according to this old Johnny's doctor. And I trust Asian people. They're pretty smart. Okay, and another thing, you're going to set a good example. That's 41. Number 42 is you are going to, you're going to look way younger. And another thing is you are gonna feel more namaste, namaste. You're gonna feel more spiritual because your body's not working day and night. Another thing is, when you're driving around listening to the radio, listening to the TV or seeing the billboards or walking in, because there's nowhere you could go without food. You go to a hunting store, you see it. You go to a movie theater, you can't even go to Walmart and buy a shirt or a sporting goods store. Everything has candies, got food and all that kind of stuff. So unless you have a burning desire and you're an Omad enthusiastic person, you might fall back to the way it used to be. I know I did. I had 30 years of this, okay? And another thing is you're going to be able to get in and out of cars way faster. You are going to get in and out of cars. Try to make some car music. Okay, another thing is you're going to... your heavy breathing is going to be over with. And another thing is you're going to get, I'd like to go on to a little bit of a couple shout outs before. I'm not even going to finish the list. I'd like to talk about, we talked about Sherry. C-Dub, thank you. He's got a channel, a lot of subscribers and stuff. He's really personable. Thank you there. We got Trucker Randy and the Outlaw. And let's see, we got this new person. What's her name? Nancy says, I love you, man. And we got... Amy's creative video, and she had a really, really good story yesterday. And we got Linda says, love you, man. And so I want to do that little shout out. So actually, so we could go back to, let me just play one little quick. I'm here every single day. Go to YouTube and I'm one click away. I went for a D chord there. Okay, now I'd like to also say, going to the list here, we got 15. The whole show's already done yet. Okay, let's say I've got my suit clothes on because I'm playing out the piano at the... Well, I like New York and June. How about you? Okay, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, so today, and I also like to say that when you go to a buffet, get your this is the last thing I want to say from 40 to 50. You will be in full control, especially when you get to day 200. You know, another thing, please leave a comment and other people, you know, shout out to them. And like I said, there's no business like Omad business. There's no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. You'll have full control of your food. Where else can you succeed when you're watching the Omad Show? Alrighty, well, just thanks a lot. And, you know, I am the Omad Man and all that kind of stuff real quick. I'm the Omad Man. Watch my videos if you can. Okay, gotta make it entertaining. Okay, give you some substance there and all that kind of stuff. And she's big, she's big. Okay, I just want to say one thing to you guys. You know what? If you want a cup, go to the descriptions there. Okay, you know what? Let's say it together. I like you.